baby Doritos! Hi! Welcome to another edition of Dance, Mommy, Vlog. God, I'm such a dork. Yeah, I'm not feeling too well today. I was able to slather on a little bit of lipstick for you guys, but I've got some sort of a bug going on. I think hopefully it's just a 24-hour bug. I feel terrible. But I promised some new videos for you guys, and I want to try to deliver. This series of videos is going to be big shock for our December Disney trip. Yep, we're going the first week of December, and oh my god, I can't wait. We just made our first payment towards it like 10 minutes ago. So, and yeah, here, let's celebrate. So, alright, I would say I quit being a dork, but that's impossible. So, this series, as you well know, and if you've seen my vlogs from our September 2015 trip, you know how much I love the food at Walt Disney World, obviously. But no, Disney has some amazing food and amazing restaurants. So this first video in this series I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and give the preview of what I have planned for our December 2016. Some of them are redos from last year just because they're character meals, and we do kind of have a toddler who will be 3 years old at the time when we go. And I think I've explained, we decided last year and decided to do it this year. We did the deluxe dining plan so that we can have 3 square meals a day, take a little bit of time to slow down, and also and for breakfast try to get in pre-rope drop so that we're already in the park. But you know, just take it, but still be immersed in the Disney magic, and just so we can slow down, have good food, see some characters, and be cool. So, okay, with that in mind, here is this is the game plan. Now it may change because if you remember from last year, I tended to change my mind some. So the first day that we get there, we'll be getting there around 9. We'll be landing a little after 9 o'clock in the morning. And so we're not going to do breakfast there. We're going to do, but when after we get checked into the hotel, we're staying at Wilderness Lodge this time. Oh my god, I finally get to stay in a deluxe resort. I'm so excited. But when we get there, we're going to go, the first part is Hollywood Studios. So for lunch, I have planned my old favorite, my good old standby, 50s Primetime Cafe. Yeah, as you saw in that vlog, we love that place, love the atmosphere, love the food. And then for dinner, we're going to do the Fantasmic dining package. Basically, certain restaurants in Hollywood Studios, you can do when you do, I think it's either lunch or dinner, you can do the Fantasmic dining package, and so you don't have assigned seats, but you have preferential seating in a special section for Fantasmic. And if you've ever been in Fantasmic, you know that place is super duper crowded. That particular thing is so super crowded, and people start lining up for it like 3 hours in advance. And ain't nobody got time for that. Come on. So for that, I had written on here Mama Melrose, but I changed my mind since writing this. And we are going to do, because this is something new that they started doing for dinner, we're going to do the Minnie's Holiday Dine at Hollywood and Vine. It's a new character thing that they started doing for dinner there, and it's got the Fab Five. It's got Minnie, Mickey, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy. So right away, first day in the park, this kid's going to get hit with her favorite characters because that girl loves her some Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So we're going to try that out. We are going to go to Hollywood and Vine later that week as well for our second day at Hollywood Studios. I know there's not a lot to do there, so the next day is not going to be it's going to be a lot looser. We may wind up leaving that if we wind up doing everything in the park on the day before, our first day. We may wind up just leaving like after lunch. But we are going to do the Hollywood and Vine lunch because she loves the Disney Junior characters later in the week. But I'll get to that later. So that's the Fantasmic package, doing dinner at Hollywood and Vine for Minnie's Holiday Dine. So, all right. So the next day is our One Animal Kingdom day. And we may keep it loose on the fly, but last time Josie just really didn't get into Animal Kingdom, and it's probably because when we did the safari, she was so small, she couldn't see very well, but she does love animals, so that may change. And actually our dinner may change. I'll get to that in a second. But we're going to do a pre-rope drop breakfast at Tusker House again. That was a big hit with all three of us last time. That's a character meal with Donald, Mickey, Daisy, and Goofy. And I thought the food was good and just the character interaction was great. So there you go. For lunch, because there's not a whole lot of choice as far as sit-down meals goes, I think for lunch we're not going to have reservations or not do Yak and Yeti again, or Rainforest Cafe. I think what we're going to do is we're not going to use one of our dining credits and go to one of the cheaper places, so we don't have to use our dining credits for that. And we're going to go to Flame Tree Barbecue. I've never eaten there. I've heard really good things about the food there. I've heard how good it is, even though it's a quick service. So we're going to try that. If you've had any experience there with the food, or if you have any other suggestions, make sure you comment below and let me know what you think. So for dinner, and this may change, because Rivers of Light and the nighttime safari stuff is supposed to be going on while we're there. I had originally wanted to do an early dinner at BOMA, which is an Animal Kingdom lodge. Because it's so close to Animal Kingdom, we can go do dinner like around 5 o'clock or so, and then come back and do all the nighttime stuff. However, I've heard a rumor that they're going to be doing very similar to a Fantasmic dining package with the Rivers of Light dining package with Tusker House and I think Flame Tree Barbecue. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on that one and see. So that one may be, but I do love Boma. That's actually one of my absolute favorite restaurants there. The food is, I do not like buffets, but I love Boma. And I actually do love all the buffets at Disney, just because I'm going to adjust myself here. Because they're very clean and they're very well managed. So you don't have to worry about people's fingers in your food and stuff like that. So anyway, that's day 2. Day 3 is going to be Epcot, and so we're going to revisit that breakfast, the Princess Breakfast at Akershus, do a pre-rope drop. That was another big hit, not just with the princesses, but with the food. Oh my God, it was so good. I had done it years ago and kept talking about those cheddar, that cheesy potato casserole, and it was as good as I remembered. But that seafood salad that's on the buffet is fantastic. And not only do they have buffet, but they bring more traditional breakfast fare to your table as all you care to enjoy, like bacon, sausage links, and eggs in the cheesy potato casserole. So looking forward to that. And then for lunch, we did the dinner last time, but they've started adding character meals for breakfast and lunch at Garden Grove. So we're going to do Garden Grove for lunch, and that is also, like I said, it's a character meal with Chip and Dale, Mickey, and Pluto, and they're in their farmer gear. So we're going to do that. And then for dinner, I'm going to try to get around a 7:30, or probably more closer to an 8 o'clock dinner at Rose and Crown, and try to get out on the patio for it. I've done it before, but I love Rose and Crown. Last time I ate there was for my on my birthday, when we were down there in 2012, when I was just, as it turned out, a few days pregnant with her. But yeah, I love Rose and Crown. I love their fish and chips, and they have a fantastic view of Illuminations. Also, you can actually go to they have a viewing area for their patrons only. So even if you don't get out there on the patio, you can they have a little viewing area, so they will let you in if you are dining there with them while Illuminations is going on. So I highly recommend it. So that's day 3. Day 4, we're going back to Hollywood Studios. And if you wonder why there's a method to my madness as to which park we're going to do each day, watch the last video I did with my my dining, or my my planning tips and tricks video, and you'll see why. But since we're staying at Wilderness Lodge and it's relatively easy to get to, we're going to do an early breakfast at Ohana. And that is, of course, a character meal. We did that last year as well. It's got Lilo, Stitch, Mickey, and I think it's Goofy. But it was so much fun, and the food was so good. That breakfast food was so good. I really want to do Ohana for dinner as well, because I've heard really good things, even it's not a character meal. But at some point I would like to do that. But it's an all you care to enjoy family style, which means instead of going to the buffet, they put it on your table for you. So that, I like that even better. So like I said, it's Hollywood Studios. So for lunch we're doing the Disney Junior character meal at Hollywood and Vine for lunch, and it is seriously so good. That food is, the food was good. The character interaction with Jake from Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Sophia the First, Doc McStuffins, and Handy Manny, even though Josie never really had watched him, because he's never really on when she's watching, when Disney Junior's on with her. She had great interaction with him, but the character interaction there is some of the best that I've experienced. Period. So, and then for dinner, we're going to go back to our resort, the Wilderness Lodge, and go to one of my favorite places ever, Whispering Canyon Cafe. If you watch some of my other videos, you know that I sing the praises of Whispering Canyon. And my favorite waiter of all time, Senor Dusty Charles. I hope he's still there. He's so much fun, and just, I love that place. I really do. And I think that night we're going to go over to Magic Kingdom and do Wishes and Main Street Electrical Parade, because our Magic Kingdom days are both party days, and we're going to have tickets for one of the parties, but not like the last day that we're there. So I think we're going to take advantage of that to go to, I don't know what's up with this piece of my hair, to do Wishes and Main Street Electrical Parade. So the next day, that is our first official that's our first Magic Kingdom day. But for breakfast, once again, since we're there and it's relatively easy to get over to the Grand Floridian, we're going to do the breakfast, the character breakfast at 1900 Park Fair. Now, I've done the dinner, the Cinderella dinner there several times. But we're going to try the breakfast. The breakfast includes, I want to say, from the Pooh movies it's Winnie the Pooh, and Tigger, and then it has Alice in Wonderland, or Alice and the Mad Hatter, and I've heard they're a hoot. That's part of the reason why we're going to do that one. But I believe it has Mary Poppins. If anyone can confirm or deny or say you're out of your mind, if you can confirm that, if you could comment below and let me know, that would be awesome. So we're going to try the breakfast there for the first time. For lunch, going to a place I haven't been in a very long time, and Gooch has never been there. Liberty Tree Tavern. Now, they used to have I love their dinner. I love the dinner that they used to have there. They still have it. It's the Pioneer, or the Pilgrim's Feast. They had the Declaration Salad, and it was kind of like Thanksgiving meal, like a Thanksgiving type meal. I've not heard great things about it. The last time they actually did this was back when it was a character meal with Minnie and Goofy and Chip and Dale, but they stopped doing character meals there several years ago. And the last time that I was there, the food was not that good. However, I have heard that the lunch there, because it's like an a la carte menu and not like the all you care to enjoy, I've heard that the lunch menu is actually pretty good. So we're going to try lunch there, and just because I haven't eaten there in a long time, and Gooch has never eaten there, period. So for dinner, I'm going to cross my fingers as we do this. I'm going to try my best to get in for dinner at Be Our Guest, which is in Beast Castle, if you don't know. It's not a character meal, although I've heard that you can see Beast and sometimes Belle kind of hanging around, dancing or whatever. But I've held off from doing a breakfast or a lunch there because I want to do dinner actually in the castle. So we will see if that happens. So the next day, that is another Epcot day. But once again, since we're going to be in close proximity to the Contemporary, we're going to go to Chef Mickey's for their character breakfast. Now, if you remember last year, we did the character dinner, and I'd heard horrible things about the dinner, but we had a wonderful experience. I thought the food was pretty good. And I did the character breakfast several years ago. I want to say it was 2007, maybe. And I thought it was really good. So, but that, like I said, that's a character meal with obviously Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Pluto. So, there we go. So we're going to do breakfast there, and then we're going to go over to Epcot. And for lunch, we're going to do another favorite, which is Coral Reef. That's another place I've heard a lot of negative reviews about, but I've had nothing but good experiences there. I had dinner there a couple of times, and then I've had lunch there a couple of times. In fact, we had lunch last year, and we thought it was really good. So, anyway, for dinner, this is going to be new for all of us. I've never eaten there. It's the La Hacienda de San Angel, or San Angel. Pick your poison on that one. Which is in the Mexico Pavilion, It's actually the one that's out on the water, not San Angel Inn, which is inside the pyramid. I just looked at the menus and the food. From what I was seeing, the food at La Hacienda seemed a little bit better, and the children's menu seemed a little bit more conducive to her palate. So we're gonna try that. That will be a new experience. So our last full day, I'm gonna try to get a either a pre-rope drop breakfast, but it's gonna be Magic Kingdom. I think actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get like an 8 o'clock appointment at Bippity Boppity Boutique, and then try once again to get a breakfast sometime after that, like around the 10:30 time frame, for Cinderella's Royal Table for breakfast. Now, if you watched our dining review last year, you know about the lunch that we had there, which was great, and it was unexpected because Mommy did good. And it shows that perseverance in this case sometimes pays off, because I tried for 60 days because we upgraded to the deluxe dining plan 60 days before our trip, so we didn't have the 180-day window. And of course I was trying to get Cinderella's Royal Table for at least once a day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Couldn't do it. Walked right up during lunchtime. We were actually getting ready to leave the park and get on the boat to go to Whispering Canyon Cafe, and I just asked them very nicely. I said, I know it's probably, I'm sure it's a lost cause. However, do you have anything for lunch or dinner? And the woman said, well, if you can come right now, we can take you. And I was like, well, we're going to cancel Whispering Canyon. So, well, that was after going. So, yes. So we're going to try the breakfast there. I've heard the breakfast is actually the best meal that they have there, although.
And that was awesome.
Say hi, Gooch.
Hi.
So that was a good mommy win there for me with that one. But we're going to try the breakfast. Like I said, I've heard that the breakfast is actually very, very good, food-wise. And, of course, it's got princesses. Can't go wrong. So for lunch, we're going to do, once again, although we did the dinner this last time, Crystal Palace with the Pooh characters. I think it's Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore, I believe, are the characters. We did the dinner there, and I had done the dinner several years prior to that, and so the dinner was good. So we're going to try lunch this time. So that is a party night, and so the park closes at 7. So what I have planned, and I'm kind of on the fence about which one to do about this. I'm thinking that our dinner, right now I'm going with the Spirit of Aloha dinner show at the Polynesian. I'm going back and forth between that and Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, and it's mostly just because I'm trying to think of which one would have the better food options for Josie. I know with Hoop-Dee-Doo they have like the bucket of fried chicken, and my God, she loves chicken tenders. So I don't think we could really go wrong with that. But I've heard that the food and the show at Spirit of Aloha, which is at the Polynesian, by the way, and Hoop-Dee-Doo is at the Fort Wilderness Campground. So for either one for us is a boat ride from Wilderness Lodge. So I'm asking my peeperinos out there, I want your opinions. Which one should I do? Which one should we do? Hoop-Dee-Doo, which I've never done. None of us have ever done Hoop-Dee-Doo, which is kind of shocking as many times as I've been to Disney. This will be my 12th time since 2001, and I've never done Hoop-Dee-Doo. I know what's wrong with me, right? or the Spirit of Aloha dinner show, which I've never done either. So I want comments and suggestions and opinions, and be specific and let me know as far as like food quality. And I know both shows are great because I mean it's Walt Disney World. Of course, you're going to get a great show. So comment below and give me your vote. This is a vote for change we can believe in. So it's going to be one of those two. Although I wrote down Spirit of Aloha, I keep going back and forth. So just let me know. So our last day, we'll be flying out that evening, like around 7 o'clock. So we've got a whole day in the park. But for lunch, our old favorite, I never miss this in any trip that I do. We're going back to Beaches and Cream because those are the best burgers on property. And I don't know, maybe we might do the kitchen sink challenge. Although I think I still kind of want the No Way Jose because it's chocolate fudge and peanut butter. I mean, do you really need anything else other than chocolate fudge and peanut butter? So that's our plans, and I think we'll probably just catch something. We're gonna probably just do breakfast and maybe dinner at the Roar and Fork, which is the quick service place at Wilderness Lodge. But anyway, so that's the plan. That is the current plan for our Disney trip. This may change. Like last year, you know, I made the video and then I made the updated video, and then even after that, when we got there, a couple of things changed because unfortunately changed breakfast one day to Cape May, and we know how that turned out. Donald Dick. Probably will not ever do that one again. And then, of course, the wonderful surprise was Cinderella's Royal Table. But, so, in 6 months, I may be making an updated video. You never know. Someone send me an email. So, anyway, I'm going to sign off for this video. And, like I said, please comment below with suggestions. And any of the restaurants that I mentioned, give me your experiences with them. Food quality, character interaction, just overall in general. I want to hear from you guys. So comment, like, and subscribe. I've got 15 subscribers now, and thank you all. I love you. Mwah. I love you guys, and we will see you soon. Okay? See you real soon. So, love, peace, and rock. All right, love you guys. Mwah. Love.